So let's break this down. The pattern starts with the right hand deck on position 1 and the left hand deck on position 3, the snare. The first thing you're going to do is drop the right hand deck, do a baby scratch on the hi-hat, and then just after the snare on the right hand side hits, the 16th note after, you're going to switch across to the left deck and play the snare. You'll probably notice a couple of things there. The first is that the baby scratch move somewhat emulates the sound of the swing chase. This is a really useful way to start swing chases from other patterns, as you don't need to pull the left hand deck back to position 1, it only needs to come back to position 3. The second thing you'll notice is that the two tracks are now in the same phasing as swing strobes. For the next bit, you're going to start the swing chase on the right hand deck by dropping the hi-hat, but instead of doing the swing strobe movement on the left, you are just going to move the crossfader back and forth in 16th intervals. The interesting thing here is that because you've moved the crossfader and not paused the record, you've essentially pushed the whole chase pattern out of its original phase. Because the record hasn't stopped, you are now further into the record than you would typically be. That means that we're going to need to use some techniques to delay the record back into the right position if the pattern is going to sound complete and coherent. But critically, whatever we do to one side, we're going to need to do something equivalent on the other side. So the next thing to do is to grab the record on the left and pull it back to the position of the snare and then drop that across on that side. This will shift the left record back into the right phasing. We then need to do something similar on the right. And the available sound that we have is the kick drum that starts the whole pattern off. So you essentially do exactly the same thing that you've just done on the snare, but on the right deck, and pull it back so that the kick comes in, comes out, and starts the phrase off again. Here is the whole pattern in slow motion. And here is the whole pattern played at normal speed. Be sure to give me a follow, and if you'd like a step-by-step walkthrough of how to do this pattern and over 50 other beat juggling patterns, leave the word juggle in the comments section.